Lawn bowling is more than just a game. There's no talking on the green.
Genuine 1972 prices.
And nothing this soft. Stick it right up.
Welcome to Without Bias. Brought to you by Apia. Proudly supporting Bowls Australia. Apia, dedicated specialists ready to help. Call 13 50 50. Apia, get set, go. Local legends wanted. A bowls green is just up the road. Search bowls clubs near me.
Yes, indeed. Welcome to Without Bias, our dedicated lawn bowl show, part of the Sporting Capital on SEN, where we delve into the wonderful world of lawn bowls. Big show this evening, as it always is. We'll speak to current Jackaroo Chloe Stewart very soon. But before we do that, let's speak to one of our best as well, current Jackaroo Teys. It's been a very big year for him in many ways, shapes and forms, and he's been good enough to jump on the line with us. Aaron, hello to you, mate.
Yeah, g'day, mate. How you going?
Yeah, very well. Hey, it's been a big year for you, both on and off the green. Let's start with the most exciting news. You've welcomed your first youngster into the world, Ashton. Congratulations. How's it been?
Yeah, thanks, mate. No, it's been good. It's been really good. Obviously, very new and lack of sleep, but, he gets a little bit fussy here and there and cries at times. You just don't know what to do or how to make him happy, but every now and then he puts that little smile on his face and all's forgiven.
How's your life changed?
Oh, massive. Obviously no sleep's the main one. But Carly and I get tested with each other every now and then. We're very good during the day, and of mornings and nights when we're both a little bit tired, we get a little bit niggly at each other. But other than that, no, it's not as hard as what I thought it'd be. Nappy changes aren't anywhere as near as bad as what I thought it'd be either. Everyone did say, when it's yours, it's completely different, and yeah, it really is.
Oh, congratulations again to all three of you. In some ways, I've heard new parents say that during this sort of time, lockdown can actually be almost something that benefits the newborn or the lead up to the birth. Is that what you found? Yeah, no, absolutely. Like
Carly and I obviously got to spend a lot more time with each other and sort of practice being parents, she'd make me change nappies on like a little stuffed animal and just pretend like, things were crying and had to try and settle it. She put me through the works, I tell you. But, no, I've been pretty lucky really because, I was only supposed to have the 2 weeks off if I was at work for helping out around the house and with the bub. But he's just hit 7 weeks yesterday and I've got to be there every day of that. So pretty lucky really.
How has lockdown been for you, apart from obviously young Ashton, but how have you found it?
Oh, horrible. But, it's the same for everyone. It's crap. It's crap financially. It's crap socially. It's crap just in general, really. But you just got to look at the positives. Like, as I said, you get to spend a lot more time with Carly and Ashton and, plenty of walks with the dog. So you got time to focus on other things that you normally don't really get much time to do. And, I'm a bit of a gamer, so I've been playing a lot of COD. That's not too bad.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, average. Talk us through COD.
Oh, Call of Duty, yeah. It's a shooting game online,
yep.
Which the missus doesn't realise you can't pause it. So that's very frustrating. A lot of the time she thinks you can just pause it and walk away, but you can't. She just doesn't get it.
Oh, because so you play live, do you? You play live online?
Yeah.
Ah, right.
Yeah, online, yeah. Yeah, we got a few mates that get on together at the same time and have a bit of fun together.
And what about from a bowls point of view, Aaron? How have you? What can you try and do in lockdown to keep sharp?
Well, yeah, obviously nothing on green, but I've just been trying to focus on my physical sort of appearance, I suppose. Just trying to strengthen up the legs, strengthen up the core. Plenty of walks. This September's been good. It's been a good challenge because this time last year I was at work and I'd nearly have the steps done by Smoko. But obviously with being stood down, it's, you got to go out and do that sort of 7 to 8K walk a day, or otherwise you don't really get the 10,000. So it's been good, really. It's been a good little challenge. Just trying to stay positive and do everything you can off the green. So when you do get on the green, you're ready.
Now, I reckon I know the answer to this, but for the last couple of weeks we've been speaking to some Jackaroos and who have been talking through that focus on core and focus on core strength, focusing on lunges and things like that. Why is that important to your delivery?
Well, when you're playing all the time, you're obviously doing a lot of lunges and your legs sort of stay quite strong. But the people that were getting out of lockdown, like the Queenslanders, they all sort of said that having that bit of a break and then going back out and playing bowls, they sort of found it a little bit hard on their legs, or they just actually got fatigued where just not using muscles that we're used to using all the time. And obviously we've been in lockdown for yonks now, so I imagine it's going to be a lot worse for us. So, yeah, we just got to try and keep on top of that and take the Queenslanders and people that have been able to get back on the green, take their advice and see what you can do.
Speaking to Jackaroo and new father, Aaron Teys on Without Bias for Bowls Australia. Local Legends wanted a bowls green is just up the road. Search bowls clubs near me. And for Apia, dedicated specialist ready to help. Call 13 50 50 Apia. Get set, go. Aaron, on the green, you've had a really stellar year when you have been able to get out there. 2 BPL titles for the Ospreys, the BPL 13 MVP award, and an Australian title as well. You really have been in sharp nick and good touch.
Yeah, it was great to get back out there on the ground for that short amount of time and try and get out there and win a few things with some good mates. Obviously, Aussie Open was a fair disaster. I was bowed out nearly first round of everything, but other than that, it was pretty good. But look, I've had a good fun year this year for what we could play. The pairs with Jezza and the Aussie titles, I think we bowed out pretty early in that, so that was a little bit disappointing. But yeah, everything else, happy to tick it off.
When it comes to the BPL titles, you've clearly adjusted to that format seamlessly. What do you see as the nuances from a BPL to a standard bowls tournament?
Yeah, so you got the likes of Corey and I playing for Tweed Heads, and yeah, we're sprinters, not marathon runners. We're a bit front rowish, so the old sets play in 5 ends sort of works in our favour a bit there. So that's a good one. But I like the BPL format. It's short, sharp, something different. It's a bit of fun. Obviously, the power plays are huge. There's 2 very crucial ends in that 5. You've got to try and win yours and defend theirs. If you do that, you normally get the set. But, it's a good fun format.
When was the last time you were able to get out on the green competitively in any way, shape or form?
It would have been the Aussie Open. Yeah, the Aussie Open was my last, well, if you could call it competitive. I got flogged. I was the drum. Everyone beat me. But that was probably my last serious competition, which failed miserably, so I was probably due for the break.
What have you been working on? Obviously, you've talked about core, but in terms of any other sort of aspect to the game that you've been able to focus in on when you haven't been able to get on the green, is there anything else that you can work on in this time away?
Look, just trying to, obviously, they always try and tell you to mentally prepare for things too, so you just try and think positive for everything and just sort of not let this lockdown get you too down and whatnot, and just focus on taking any positive that you can out of anything. I think that's all I can really do, is just focus on trying to keep physically strong, get the legs going, get the core going, and just hope that soon we come out of lockdown, we can get back on the green and try and do everything possible to sort of make teams again, I suppose. Like obviously comm games and everything coming up, you want to do everything you can to help your chances of selection. So that's sort of my focus at the moment.
So mindfulness, that sort of mental awareness, mental toughness, what work do you put into that area, given that when you come back, as you say, there's some big tournaments that you want to get selected for, and you might not have as much time as you haven't had as much time as you normally in a lead up to get yourself primed and ready?
Yeah, that's right. I think you just got to mentally sort of prepare yourself, like calendar-wise as well, and try and just pick and choose the right things to play in instead of playing in everything sort of thing. Playing the ones that sort of like you need to play in, or things that are going to benefit your game or get you back in a high competitive level instead of just sort of trying to play everything. You know what I mean? I think that's probably the main thing, and just sort of focus on camps if they're going ahead, and yeah, just anything to be back competing at a high level instead of just little other events that you might just normally play to fill in time or help mates out or just do because you can sort of thing. Like, yeah, just play the right ones.
And Aaron, have you picked up any lockdown hobbies other than Call of Duty?
No, it's been a lot of COD. Thumbs are getting a workout, I tell you.
Well,
little hulks.
Yeah, no, I like it. Yeah, mate, thank you so much for having a chat to us on Without Bias. Congratulations again. to all of you on the birth of young Ashton. Good luck with all of that, and good luck when play can resume and in the run-up to the Com Games.
Yeah, thanks heaps, mate. Have a good one.
Aaron Teys there with us on Without Bias for Bowls Australia. Local legends wanted, search bowls clubs near me. And for APIAP, proudly supporting Bowls Australia. From one Jackaroo to another, Aaron Teys first. And next up, Chloe Stewart will join us on the other side of this. You're listening to Without Bias on SEN.
From the wide outdoors to the great indoors, this is Without Bias.
Brought to you by Apia, proudly supporting Bowls Australia. Local legends wanted. A bowls green is just up the road. Search bowls clubs near me.
Welcome back to Without Bias. It was great to chat to Jackaroo Aaron Teys earlier on. sen.com.au, the Without Bias podcast page is where you can find that full chat. A little later on, before we finish up, we'll find out who our right-at-home bowler of the week is for right-at-home aged care at home. Right-at-Home is Australia's leading provider of home care and disability support. So from one Jackaroo to another, it's great to have Chloe Stewart join us on Without Bias. Chloe, thank you so much for being on the show. Really appreciate it.
No worries. Pleasure to be here.
Now, Chloe, obviously lockdown, which we'll talk about very shortly, and how that sort of affected you and your ability to train, play, prepare, all those kind of things. But you've just secured a new job at S-Palms, Protective Arm Sleeves. Now, tell us about that role and tell us about, am I saying it right? Is it SPARMS or SP Arms or SP Arms?
So SPARMS. So
SPARMS, right.
Arms was the initial product that they brought out, and now they've sort of branched out, and there's all sorts of different sun protective apparel that you can get. So you can get shirts, long sleeve shirts. We've even gone into masks as well. So there's plenty of products out there for everyone, and they're growing and developing, and it's fantastic to be on board. As I've been an ambassador for them over the last 2 years. So to actually now be more involved and to get into marketing and stuff like that is pretty exciting.
It is, and it's certainly too. I mean, you must have a lot of faith in the product when you not only endorse it, but then decide, actually, I can see a career with it. So it must be really impressive, the team there and the product that they're putting out. So we're still going to see you suiting up for the Ospreys with your teammate Aaron Teys, who we had on a little earlier, and Corey Wedlock.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, 100%. I'm still going to be an Osprey. Just won't be working at the club, but I think it's going to be a really good challenge for me. And there's always been a lot of talk about having a lot of work-life bowls balance. So I think this might even help as well. To work in an environment that's maybe just away from the bowls club a little bit, and to really challenge myself and see how far I can go, I guess.
Speaking of the Ospreys, you guys have had a ripping year. We just spoke to Aaron about it a little earlier, but I'm sure that you couldn't be happier with how you guys were able to perform.
Yeah, I still sort of pinch myself at how well we did at the last two BPLs, and it's sort of it happened so fast. I guess it's not until sort of later on you really reflect back on it and think, wow, that was pretty amazing. So they're a great team, and I absolutely am honoured to play with those two guys, and we have a lot of fun out there. And I feel like sometimes I'm maybe the serious one that puts a bit of pressure on myself, but the two guys, Corey and Teysy, they always sort of make it lighthearted, and we just enjoy it and go out and play some good bowls, I guess.
You guys obviously stay in a lot of touch, the Jackaroos around the country, and you've got teammates in different stages of lockdown. It hasn't been as bad on the Gold Coast as it maybe has been, or as long as it has been in places like Melbourne and Sydney. How has it affected you?
I guess we've definitely been lucky here on the Gold Coast to sort of escape many of those lockdowns that, the guys down in Sydney and Melbourne have had to endure. And, I definitely feel for them. I've got a lot of friends and family back home in Melbourne, and, it's been a pretty terrible time for them. But I guess when you look at it overall, it's what you can sort of make of that time. And I know that when we went into, a couple of our lockdowns, it's like, okay, right, what can I do, that I might have been putting off for a little while, or, whether it's bowls related or not. It's just making the best out of the situation and trying not to get too bogged down in what's happening. And, like I said, we've been lucky up here that we've been able to, keep playing. And, I've been happy to be able to go out and get a bit of training in. And, it's definitely not something that I take for granted. And, I really enjoy it. And, I think myself lucky for sure.
Speaking to Chloe Stewart, Australian Jackaroo, on Without Bias, our dedicated lawn bowls show on SEN for Bowls Australia. Local legends wanted a bowls green is just up the road. Search bowls clubs near me. And for Apia, dedicated specialist ready to help, call 13 50 50. Apia, get set, go. So, Chloe, you guys have been able to get out onto the green. How do you feel? How big a leg up do you feel that that's going to be? We've got comm games not too far away. When things open up again and competition resumes, do you get the sense from the conversations you're having with your fellow Jackaroos in places that aren't opened up yet that you might be at a distinct advantage?
I guess it's hard to say. Like, everyone, I guess, has their own sort of individualised programs, and, different people react differently. And I think for some people it might actually be, a break that they sort of needed, and, they might be working on other stuff. I know for myself, I definitely get a lot out of, being on the green and, putting the hours in. I feel as though I do a lot better when I do more of that. But, some of the other guys, talking to a few of them, they've really relish the opportunity to put some more work into fitness or nutrition or whatever it's been. It just really depends on, everyone in the team. And at the end of the day, with trials and stuff coming up, it's just going to come down to, how well we sort of play and how well we get on. And, we're always mates and teammates, and that's definitely a hard thing to go out and trial against each other, especially when we're, such a family. So, I'm looking forward to it. I always sort of just try and be the best version of myself and improve, a little bit each day, and just keep doing, what I can.
Well, when it's interesting, isn't it, Chloe? Because when you can get out there and maybe some of the people that you are going to be, obviously you're all one big happy family, but you are going to be competing for spots when it comes to the comm games. Do you look at it and go, right, well, I can be out there, certain others can't. Do you then look at that as go, right, well, normally I'd have to really have a holistic approach to my training, but given that people can't be out, do you then go, okay, well, is there an area? Is there something specific that I can really, really home in on and hone that skill that you've been wanting to give more attention to but haven't been able to?
Yeah, 100%. Like, I know for myself, I've been able to do a lot more drills than what I'd normally be able to do, through playing different tournaments each week and so on. So, it's actually been a great opportunity to get out and work on a couple of things that, maybe I've just sort of, left to the side and thought, I'll work on that a little bit more one day. So, it's been great to get out and just really hone in, like, on technique and stuff like that, and make sure that it is going good and that it's solid, and we'll keep sort of living up to expectation, I guess.
You've been helping out a bit of the younger generation. Tell us about that.
It's been, over the last, I don't know, I've always, been open to helping the younger ones and really just anybody who's keen to play bowls. I'm more than happy to, try and pass on a little bit of knowledge and, have a bit of fun. And, I've been fortunate enough down at Tweed to sort of help develop a bit of a junior program with a couple of juniors there. And then also there's been a couple of kids out, I guess, in the sticks out in Taroom in Queensland that I've been involved with a little bit as well. And, it's just been awesome to give back to those kids. And, I really, really hope that, one day I can sort of look back and go, yeah, those guys are going really good, and they're out there and they're playing and they're enjoying it, and just doing the best that they can.
And just quickly, Chloe, running out of time, but what's the Sport Environment Alliance that you've just partnered up with to become an ambassador for?
Yeah, so Sports Environment Alliance, their shortened version is C. So they're quite big throughout, a lot of major sporting organisations have partnered with the AFL and, Cricket Australia and etc. And yeah, it's really about sort of spreading the word and, trying to get people more aware, of our environmental footprint and, sustainability and how we want to really, just do the little things better, like, maybe trying to eliminate plastic cups and, educating, bowlers around Australia that, there's little things that we can do because otherwise no planet, no play. So, yeah, it's their little slogan and, it's something that I'm passionate about. I'm always sort of watching what I'm recycling and, what I can do just a little bit better to just be, more environmentally friendly and, to help our planet survive, I guess.
Beautifully done, Chloe. Hey, good luck with that. Congratulations and good luck with the new job. And we can't wait to see you back in action soon. Thanks so much.
No worries. Thanks heaps for having me.
Chloe Stewart, current Jackaroo, and that's it from us for another edition of Without Bias. We do it all for Bowls Australia and for Apia. Our Right at Home Player of the Week, Right at Home Australia's leading provider of home care and disability support, is young Queenslander Kane Nelson, who won the Zone 1 Champion of Champions in the Sunshine State over Jackaroo superstar Aaron Sheriff. Congratulations to you, Kane. And we'll see you all again next week for Without Bias. If you missed any of tonight's show, sen.com.au, the Without Bias podcast is there for you to take in at your leisure. Sporting Capital continues up next on SEN.